you something I actually learned today, and it's going to help you out tremendously. Go back to number 8 for me. All right, go back to number 8, where we said which equation has roots of 3 plus I and 3 minus I. And what we did is we went through all 4 of them. 3 of them gave us real roots, and 1 told us there are no real roots. So that's the one we knew was the answer. Watch this now. Type the answer in for us, which was what again? What did we say it was? Number choice 1. All right, everyone, go ahead. Type that bad boy in again into equations. Everyone's still going. The polynomial has no real root, right? Everyone's got that still? Okay. Well, if that comes up, we can still find the answer in imaginary form. I just learned this today from another teacher. So if we see this, hey, it's got no real root, but we still want the solutions. Go to settings. We all know where that is, correct? Go to settings. And everyone see down here, complex format? Well, we know it's got to be in an A plus BI form because they told us it's no real roots. So in settings, we go to complex format, enter, and now we want A plus BI. Okay?
Wait, can you do you have to change it back out of that?
Yes, yes. All right, so we see that. Now we go back to equations. Go back to your equation and hopefully solve the equation. Let's freaking go right there, huh? How about that? Now those are the answers. I don't have to, bust out quadratic formula like I would have had for this one. All right? So there it goes. If you know the answers are imaginary, you go to settings, change the real to complex, and there we go. Okay? And yes, Paige just said we do have to go back. Okay, I answered the question. Yay, we got a free 2 points right there. Yes, I do have to go back to settings and change it back into the real because that's, most of our answers there are going to be real. Okay? So there we go. There is a way to answer them. There is. Loved it. I got so jacked up when the teacher told me. All good? All right. Last night, anything I suggested you want to go over before I pick mine for today? Let's go, Paige. Okay, everyone, take a look at 19, please. Okay, 19. I'm going to put this into a store problem. The problem, you guys think you have to use this somehow, but it's just asking which equation must also be true. So when does the left side equal the right side? So you pick your two. Hey, I'll store x for 2, y for 3. I'll plug in the left side. I'll get a value, say, 172. Does this side equal 172? If it does, that's the one I want. If it doesn't, all right, move on to the next one. All right, so now I'm going to store 2 different numbers in for 2 different variables. And yes, I'd like you to store 2 different numbers in. Don't store the same one in because chances are pretty high a couple of them may come out to be the left and the right do equal each other. So make sure you have 2 different numbers. And honestly, this is just a store problem. When does the left equal the right? All right, and I get it. It's a pain in the butt to type all this in, but you know what? You need those 2 points on the road to 26, 28, or 30, whatever the number is to pass. And you cannot leave that room for 2 hours. So take your time and plug it all in. You good?
Yeah.
Okay, others that we wanted to cover from what I suggested before we move on? All right, let's roll. I'm going to try to have more time. I didn't assign 16, correct? That wasn't one of them. All right, let's go. 16. You're going to see a lot of repetition here. We're in day 10 of review? So a lot of repetition here. Which recursive formula represents that sequence? Guys, please eliminate 2 of them right now because you know what a recursive looks like, and that is not it. 1 and 3 are gone. Those are not recursive. Recursive has two parts, first term, and what do I do to the previous? That's a recursive formula. What is the first term, and what do I do to the previous? So how do I go from 64 to 48 to 36? Choice 2 says, are you subtracting 16 each time? And choice 4 says, are you multiplying 0.75 every time? Make sure it works for everything in the sequence you see. Because here's the problem. Some of you are going to know, oh, 64 minus 16 gives me 48. Oh, must be that one. But you never check to 36. 48 minus 16 is a 36. Okay, so just because you see it right away, it's got to work for every single number in the sequence. And it does not work from 48 to 36, but multiplying by 0.75 does every time. Okay, go to 21. Unless there's any questions, go to 21. Only reason I'm doing 21 with you is so I can show you where something else is on the calculator. Because we have not gone over where this is on the calculator. I don't, or if we did during the stats unit, you guys forgot already, because I forgot. I had to look it up yesterday where this button was. Okay, which expression determines the total amount of money saved for the company over 5 years? Well, first of all, we need to know how much money was saved over 5 years. So everyone go to the table right now and let's figure out how much money was saved in 5 years so I can see which multiple choice will match that number. There's nothing fancy here. Add them up. Excuse me. $360,290. Okay, so which one of these choices is going to give me 360,000, right? Real quick, hold on, don't start typing in yet. My sigmas here. All right, where can I find my sigmas on the calculator? That is the only reason why I'm doing this problem. If you guys go to your calculator, where do you think it might be found? Probably under the toolbox, right? But be careful here. Under toolbox, you have to go to calculus. All right, I have no idea why, but that's where it is under toolbox. And I don't know why my toolbox here isn't working today. Everything else is, but that.
You have to be in like calculation. Yeah.
What's that?
You have to be in calculation.
Oh, thank you. That would help. Yep, there you go. So toolbox, calculus, scroll down. Don't even look at those, Cripe. That'll scare you. And then down below, there you go. There's your sigma. There's your sigma. Okay, so it's under calc. Because again, you guys know I can't answer that question next Thursday if we need it. All right, so that's where it is. And you type in, it's beautiful. You just type in everything in the spot you need them. All right. It's not one of those choices, by the way, but I wanted you to at least show you where sigma is.
I don't remember what.
Do I put the 59,000 in the parenthesis, or do I put the 0 point?
You put it all, right?
Yep. Okay. Good call. Good call, guys. Good call. Yep. I put all of it in the given parenthesis. So if I type that in, that parenthesis right now has to be 59,000. 1, 2, 3. Start my own parenthesis. 1.1, and then raise that to the X in this case. Or the K, it looks like I got to raise it to. But yes, everything goes in the given set of parentheses. Good call.
And then what goes?
1 and 5, right?
Oh, so it. Oh.
So 1 down below, 5 up above. Your num works as a K, where your answer key has an N. Anybody find the one that matches $360,200.90? Choice one. Yep. Everyone, choice one. We're good. All right, I'm going into the part twos now. Anything here? All right, part twos. All this is repetition here. All right, what's your average rate of change from 2 to 4? 2 to 4 hours, what's my rate of change? Do we know this formula yet or no? Change in y over change in x, and every problem we have done so far, they provide the x values for you, right? They provide the x values. So whether you go 2 minus 4 or 4 minus 2 is not going to affect the problem. It'll just affect the y values in a second. So 4 minus 2, 2 minus 4, where are we going? 4 minus 2 it is. So 4 minus 2, change in x is on the bottom. Now, in this case, they provide a graph. Sometimes they provide a table. Sometimes they provide an equation to find your y values. Yes, Harper?
If there's a table, is it always the top one is the x and the bottom one is the y?
Or the left is the x and the right is the y. Yeah. Yep. So 4 minus 2, now I got to find what y value corresponds with 4. That's going to come from the graph. So x value of 4, my y value is 60. So 60 is going to go up here. Minus, now my y value for 2, 20. $40 over 2, 20. Now, I wrote a little note here. Note, you have to get full points taken off. There's no half point deductions on the Regents. And I say that because let's say you put your x's on top, y's on the bottom. That's a full point off. I know it's a simple mistake, but they take full points off on the Regents, not half points. So we good here? Can we get this average rate of change question correct? Yes, Emma?
On the test, do they care what you use to show your work? Like if you use like a colored pen or like pencil?
It has to be blue or black.
Okay.
Blue or black pen. Everything is done in pen except for any graphs. Okay, so if you think you're done, I'm going to come over to your desk in D122, look through your Regents. I don't even know what the answers are at that point. All I'm doing is looking that you answered every question because you were not leaving anything blank and that you did it all in pen. Okay, because you can't leave until that's done. All right, 27. First move.
Sprinkle sides.
Oh no, even before.
Get the radical by
Oh, even before. Find out what the answer is.
Oh.
Right? Know what the answer is before you start. Know what the answer is answers before we even start this bad boy. Okay, should be 6. All right, should be 6. Keep that in mind at the end. All right, now, here we go. Now, square both sides. But again, we are allowed to do it right away because the radical's by itself. Hey, if I had something like this, take a look. I got to get rid of the 3 before I square. If I had something like this, I would have to get rid of the 2. That radical needs to be all by itself before you square. So get rid of anything attached to it, which is nothing here. So square both sides. And all it does is drop the radical. Does not touch anything inside it. It just drops the radical. 4x plus 1. All right, let's have a little fun now. I have a lot of confidence in you guys. You know what to do here. I'm not a big fan of that word, but yes. It's better than doing 11 squared and x squared and stopping. All right, so you got what, 121 minus 11x minus another 11x, and then plus an x squared. All right, combine like terms. And I know, just like me, some of your OCD is kicking in. Yes, I'd want that x squared to be here. What do I get in the middle then? Negative 22x plus 121. So there's all the double distribution. Any issues there? Because that's the last thing I want, having trouble there. All right, next move. Equal to 0. Yep, get that thing equal to 0 so we can look to factor. All right, so if I move over the 4x, I'm going to get a what? Negative 26x. And I move over the 1, positive 120. All right, this is not the easiest one here, but looking for two numbers that multiply to $1.20, but at the same time we'll add to negative 26. And can I give you guys this little hint, suggestion? And this is why I have you do it. You know what the answer should be, right? What should the answer be again?
6.
So you tell me the answer should be 6. What the heck's got to go in that parenthesis then if you're struggling? You got half of it done. All right, so that's great. That's great to know the answer. Well, I should be getting 6, so in one of those parentheses has to be x minus 6. Now I just got to figure out what the heck is going to go over here. I have to add to negative 26. So it's going to be negative 20. So I get two answers out, x equals 6 and x equals 20. You don't need to show us why. We don't care why. We just want to see it rejected. Okay? And the reason is going to get rejected because if you put 20 in, the left and the right won't equal each other. But you don't care about that, either do I. I just want to see that rejected because we know the answer is 6. All right, 31. Another, is it independent or not? So is the person female and the person prefers classic rock? Independent or not? And how do we know? All right, does anybody remember the test? Is the probability of A, not yet, no, times the probability of B the same as the probability of, I'm going to use the symbol, A and B. Is this true or not? If it's true, it's independent. If it's not true, it's dependent, not independent. You need to find all three probabilities on your own from the table. Use the table to find it. And again, here you go. Label one as A, one as B. So let's make the person is female A and the person prefers classic rock as B. All right, so we don't have to turn the letters into different other letters. All right, you ready? Person is female. Get it from the table. What is the probability the person is female from the table? Well, how many females are there here in the table?
105.
Is that what it adds up to?
Yeah.
$1.05, yep. So 105 out of how many total people do I have here? 215, Grant, yep. There's 215 males and females. Is everyone all right where the 105 came from? I added up the females. There they are. Added them up, added the total. All right, times. Here we go. How many people prefer classic rock?
36.
Just classic. I don't care. We didn't say just prefers classic rock. How many people in this table prefer classic rock? 78 out of 215. All right, here's where it gets a little challenging now. Is that the same as what's the probability they're female and at the same time like classic rock? How many of them are there? Females who like classic rock. 36 of them out of 215 again. All right, it's up to you now. Does the left and the right side equal each other? I think I got about 0.177 over here and 0.167 over here. Oh, they came so close. Don't care. They have to be equal to each other. Okay, so you can write dependent or not independent, either one. Or no. And it says justify, your work is good enough for us. Get the probabilities from the table. Anything you want to ask? All right, I'm done. 26, 30, and 36 right now. And hey, need June 20, we're going quick here. I need June 2022 printed out for tomorrow's class. All right, because we'll be hitting that exam up. June 2022 printed out for us tomorrow. But for right now, 26, 30, and 36. Check your answers if you're correct. I tried to, again, sign a couple that I know you have a shot at and you should be confident with. Yep. Max, do you want to take it now too? Okay. Brad, right there. You got to have your Chromebook on you. Remember, it's on formative. All right, you can go to that back table too. Yep. Thanks, Brad.